The 12 most heavily guarded places in the world. Security is something that no living human would want to make a joke of. Given the simple fact that every single being on Earth has different drives, ambitions, dreams, and aspirations, we all need to be guarded at all times. In this video, we have found some heavily guarded places in the universe. Unless you have super connections to some of the world's most influential individuals or have superpowers, even then, there's no guarantee. There's no way you would be getting in any of these places. Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. Today, we are going over the 12 most heavily guarded places in the world. Be sure to look out for place number 3, as it is the most heavily guarded I have ever seen. Stay with us till the end of this video, and you're going to be mentally blown away at the ideas behind some of these unique security concepts. Bank of England Gold Vault. Just like the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the Bank of England is residence to over 4,000 tons of gold and is properly guarded in the kingdom's biggest gold vault. Amazingly, the surfaces of the Bank of England are 100% bomb-proof, causing the security system to be so solid and intricate that it requires voice recognition along with 3 foot keys. Imagine a structure requiring 3 foot keys before it could be opened. That is to give you a clue how solid the walls are. Remarkably, that's only a small part of the high-level security measures that the Bank of England has taken into deliberation before the official opening of the bureau. The bank's most intricate and cutting-edge protection measures have never been disclosed to the public yet. Before we go any further in this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video and click the bell button for more of our exciting updates. Doomsday Seed Vault. The Doomsday Seed Vault is famously known as the Svalbard Seed Vault. This extraordinary facility was first created as a storage for a wide assortment of seeds. Back then, in the day, this seed vault was perceived as an outstanding place to store crop heterogeneity and reassure the population that there would be no shortage of food no matter what life brings to the table. This Doomsday Seed Vault, located in a rather remote place, mirrors a large rock island with a vault accurately positioned inside the copper mine. Aside from being quite a secluded place, Svalbard is well guarded with airlocks, motion sensors, and reinforced concrete walls. Vatican Secret Archives. There is a little piece of bad news for all the prying travelers out there. Vatican secret archives are prohibited for the public. And from the survey of things, there's no sign that things would evolve in the nearest future. According to a report, only highly qualified clergy and academics hold the key to the mysterious Vatican secret archives. But even the few fortunate ones with a seated entry inside the heavily guarded facility cannot appreciate the view of the rarest items without high-level permission. Since the facility has been practically cut off from civilization, cynics have gathered from around the world to reflect over the assumptions behind the secrecy, including the cavern-hiding Gospels that oppose the Bible, housing the earliest known samples of pornography, and accommodating plans to control the world. Fort Knox. Fort Knox is a haven to the U.S. bullion depository where it not only reserves thousands of tons of gold, but it also stores important historical documents such as the Declaration of Independence and the Magna Carta. Its impermeable layers of protection include squadrons of machine gun-wielding guards and heavily armed military police, a solid granite wall perimeter, and a 22-ton safe blast door held sealed by a lock so complex that it requires a 10-person team to open. As home to about half of the U.S. gold supplies, Fort Knox has been called the most secure strongroom on the planet. You won't be able to get anywhere close to the United States Bullion Depository, which is the precise name for Fort Knox, and this is because it's enveloped by a steel fence. As speculated, Fort Knox is a well-protected place that is currently in possession of the original Magna Carta, accompanied by the Declaration of Independence. Tumen River. Unlike the previous examples, which were either dark sites, items, or structures with a pretty high archival value, the Tumen River sure is the black sheep on today's list. The Tumen River is not only a prohibited place, but it's totally submerged in secrecy. Before it snakes down to China, it makes up a part of Russia's frontier with North Korea. In other words, it would take you only a mile to go from North Korea through Chinese territory and end up right there at the doorstep of Russia. This makes the river a certified place for those wishing to leave. As such, it is extraordinarily well guarded by North Korean soldiers. ADX Florence Prison. Aside from all those overlooked zones and prohibited areas, there's one other place in particular that also merits a tiny portion of the world's recognition: the DX Florence Prison. Just before you conclude that prisons have got nothing to coerce your mind with, let me inform you that this place is nevertheless a supermax prison for Colorado's bad guys. The prison, formerly known as the Administrative Maximum Facility, houses the most deadly criminals in the U.S. state of Colorado. The ADX even acquired the nickname Alcatraz of the Rockies due to its remarkably tight security measures, including motion-detecting laser beams, attack dogs, 1,400 remotely controlled steel doors, 12 feet high razor wire fences, pressure pads, and cameras. A previous ADX warden once described DX Florence Prison as a cleaner version of hell. There is no way in, no way out. And that, guys, is what ADX is all about. Haven Co. If you've never learned of Haven Co., allow me to inform you that it is a data protection company, and it's extremely serious about the service it offers. The bureau is situated someplace in the North Sea, most convincing off the coast of Britain, and hardly ever permits people to come and visit it. The few lucky ones who ever visited the Haven Co. were entitled personnel such as employers, employees, investors, or still members of the British Crown. In 2008, nonetheless, the strange company got shut down without any clarification as to the circumstances leading up to this sudden scenario. Korean Demilitarized Zone. This particular strip of land, known as the Korean Demilitarized Zone, extends from 150 miles in length and 2.5 miles in width. This unusual place is not only a hazardous zone, it divides South and North Korea, but it's identified by high defense enclosing the border from end to end. Even the most daring travelers don't dare to come near it, let alone pass through it, so you could only presume what a distinct place this zone may actually be. Oddly though, the same area is also contemplated to be a nature preserve, even though it is pretty dangerous. But either way, the mythical reputation of this piece of land still manages to give us the chills. The Mormon Church's secret vaults. The next guarded place shares some similarities with the historically notable documents, but unlike them, the unique Mormon Church's enigmatic vaults were said to contain exceptional genealogical records. Well, hold on a minute. These secret vaults are not only unique and heavily guarded, but they seem to be guarded by an intricate temperature control system. This system combines heat and motion sensors as well. Thanks to the innovative security system, no living soul can ever get inside the structure without being tracked down. What happens after such a person is caught remains a total mystery to us, but maybe that's for the best. Who knows what may befall an intruder caught red-handed in a place where they're not supposed to be. Air Force One. Air Force One is best recognized as one of the most well-built planes. Air Force One highlights quite an awesome flight avoidance and air-to-air security. Another shocking fact about Air Force One is the premium package of electronics technology that it comes with. Each was created with the higher purpose of defending the Commander-in-Chief and his escort, in case of some obnoxious situations. Thanks to the super tight security devices, Air Force One didn't precisely need much to become one of the world's most guarded places that would also be termed a moving location at times. Cheyenne Mountain Complex. The Cheyenne Mountain Complex was formerly the command center for the North American Aerospace Defense Council till NORAD then decided to relocate its operations and space command missions to some other place. Generally, the complex continues to be heavily guarded, notwithstanding the changes that befell it. The tunnel was recently reinforced and is presently enclosed by solid granite. It is quite enthralling to note that the Cheyenne Mountain Complex was once the home of the fictional Stargate Command on the famous TV show Stargate SG-1. So whatever the current use, Cheyenne Mountain Complex still hardly ever loses its mystery. Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The Federal Reserve Bank in New York has security so tight that it's entrusted with more US gold bullion than the legendary Fort Knox. Men aren't even permitted to enter the bank's vault since pallets are moved around by robots. To top it off, a Jason Bourne-level security guards its perimeter. Their shooting range rates are so good they're even more reliable than those of marksmen. The bank's protection systems are so trusted that even international governments use them for gold storage. So tight is the defense of the Federal Reserve Bank in New York that it demands guts only to think about going there. No man or woman has ever been given access to the bank's vault. That's it, guys, on the 12 most heavily guarded places in the world. We hope you relished this video and it was insightful. Which one of these do you consider the most protected and most heavily guarded? Have you visited any of these places? Would you want to visit any of the places listed? Let us know of your experience in the comments section below. If you liked this video and you are a fan of crazy, really educational videos just like this one, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to stay notified for our future videos. Thanks again.